Could a former First Lady, once known for her quiet presence, become the world's most celebrated peacemaker? As autumn 2025 approaches, Melania Trump's name is being whispered in Nobel circles. After years out of the spotlight, Melania has re-emerged as a potential Nobel Peace Prize nominee, thanks to her unexpected diplomatic efforts. Her focus? Protecting children caught in conflict, an approach that sparked both praise and skepticism worldwide. For some, she's a compassionate advocate. For others, her actions are seen as symbolic, perhaps even a calculated move to bolster her husband's legacy. As the Nobel Committee prepares to announce its decision, Melania Trump's journey forces us to reconsider what it means to be a peacemaker in the modern era. One thing is certain, she stepped onto the world stage in a way few could have predicted, igniting a global conversation about diplomacy, celebrity, and humanitarianism. The campaign for Melania Trump's Nobel nomination began with Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who credited Melania's behind-the-scenes role in Ukraine peace talks. Luna's endorsement thrust Melania back into the international spotlight, framing her as a key player in efforts to resolve the conflict. Supporters highlight a pivotal moment. During a high-stakes Alaska summit, President Trump delivered a personal letter from Melania to Vladimir Putin, a direct appeal that bypassed traditional diplomacy. Advocates call this a masterstroke of soft power, arguing Melania's focus on children introduced a moral dimension to the negotiations. Some even suggest a joint Nobel for Donald and Melania Trump, making them the first presidential couple to receive the honor. Yet the nomination is as much about political validation for the Trump administration as it is about Melania's individual actions. For her supporters, this represents a new personal form of diplomacy worthy of the world's highest peace honor. At the heart of Melania Trump's Nobel campaign is her letter to Vladimir Putin, a message that avoided politics and instead appealed to shared parental responsibility. As parents, it is our duty to nurture the next generation's hope, she wrote, urging Putin to protect children as a service to humanity. Delivered by President Trump at the Alaska summit, the letter carried both personal and official weight. This dual-track diplomacy, formal talks by the president, a moral plea by the First Lady, became central to her Nobel case. The letter's impact is debated, but it's become a symbol of empathy in international relations. Supporters see it as a bold attempt to reintroduce compassion into global politics. Critics question whether such gestures can truly influence hardened leaders. Still, Melania's approach has sparked a conversation about the power of soft diplomacy. Melania Trump's gesture drew global attention, with Ukrainian President Zelensky publicly thanking her for her compassion and support. Zelensky's endorsement, echoed by his wife, gave Melania's actions credibility in the eyes of those most affected by the war. The First Lady of Turkey, Emin Erdogan, also responded, urging Melania to extend her advocacy to children in other conflict zones like Gaza. These responses show how Melania's letter became a catalyst for broader humanitarian dialogue. Her appeal resonated beyond Ukraine, prompting other leaders to voice their own concerns for children in war. The mix of praise and gentle prodding highlights the interconnectedness of global conflicts. Melania's initiative, while focused on Ukraine, sparked a wider conversation about the universal need to protect the innocent. Her letter, intended as a personal plea, became a platform for international humanitarian advocacy. Despite international praise, Melania Trump's Nobel nomination faces sharp criticism. Skeptics argue her letter to Putin was symbolic, not substantive, and point to ongoing violence in Ukraine as proof of its limited impact. Critics say real peacemaking requires concrete action, ceasefires, treaties, not just heartfelt appeals. Some see the nomination as a political move to rebrand the Trump presidency rather than a recognition of genuine humanitarian achievement. The fact that her letter was delivered by President Trump blurs the line between independent action and political theater. The debate centers on whether Melania is a true peacemaker or a supporting player in a larger political narrative. Ultimately, her candidacy forces us to ask, where is the line between genuine diplomacy and symbolic gesture? The Nobel Peace Prize selection is secretive and unpredictable. Melania Trump's path to Oslo is far from certain. The committee's decision due in October is complicated by her close association with her husband's controversial presidency. She faces stiff competition, including prominent human rights activists. Regardless of the outcome, Melania's actions have sparked debate about the evolving role of the First Lady. Traditionally focused on domestic causes, she's now ventured into international diplomacy, setting a precedent for future First Ladies. Her story challenges us to rethink what influence and leadership look like in the modern world. Whether she wins or not, Melania Trump's Nobel bid will be remembered as a test case for unconventional peacemaking. As the world awaits the committee's decision, the conversation about her legacy and the power of soft diplomacy continues.